Hello, Jack. Thank you very much for coming in today. And what can I help you with?
Well, I don't really know how to whether I should be here or not. I don't know, but look, I'm in a nursing home, and I've been there since my wife died 3 years ago, and I ended up there somehow or other, but I'm not very happy there at the moment, and I've had a few, I don't know if I should carry on with this, but my granddaughter insisted I come and see you because you might be able to help me, but I've got a few little problems, but then, I don't know how to tell you really. It's not, I really don't know why I'm here, but my granddaughter insisted I come, so just to please her I came, so, and well, the truth is that I'm a little bit worried about my roommate.
Oh, tell me some more about your roommate.
Well, I know we're old, the pair of us are, but he goes a bit funny sometimes, you know. He said, you know, sometimes when I get out of the room for something or the other and I come back, he's in my bed sometimes.
Wow, how do you feel about that?
Well, I don't like it.
Oh,
I mean, no. And I don't know why, but he talks a bit funny sometimes, you know. He just says funny things and, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, but I get a bit confused sometimes because you can't talk to him really, and he talks a lot of nonsense about when he was little or something or the other, and I said, you know, and he's quite often in my bed, you know, and I don't like that.
And what does he say when you tell him that this is your bed and
But he says, that isn't it my bed? And I'll say, no, it's mine. And then he'll get out and get in his own, you know, his proper bed. But sometimes he'll do that, and sometimes he just says, no, it's my bed. And he said, it's not his bed, it's mine.
Okay, let's stop there a moment, Jack. Now, I can really hear your concern, and it's understandable that you're very concerned because that's not a very, it's not a very comfortable situation to be in. And number one, okay, he, you know, from what it sounds like what's your roommate's name?
Oh, he's Arthur.
Arthur.
He's named Arthur. Yes.
Well, seems to me that Arthur has some issues, maybe some dementia issues. And however, have you taken this up with the you're in an aged care facility?
Yes, I am. Yes, and we've got double rooms. We haven't got single rooms. We've got double rooms. Okay.
Now, what have you been to them and spoken to them and said this is what's happening with Arthur, and that you want them to intervene?
They don't seem to think very much about it. They just said, you know, that's all right. We'll just shift him on, basically.
No, I don't agree.
I don't.
Do you agree with that answer?
No, I don't.
Good on you.
No, I'm Jack and he's Arthur, you know. I said that a few times and they think perhaps I'm the one that's not really saying enough, you know, because I really don't like it. But the staff don't seem to worry too much about it, actually.
Well,
and that worries me because it's my bed and
it worries me too.
And it's my possession, basically.
Well, it's your last resort of whatever's yours.
That's right. But he's trying to take it off me all the time, and I don't see that that's very fair at our age.
Now, what would you like the aged care facility or the manager? What would you like them to do about it?
Well, personally, I feel sorry for Arthur. I think he's getting a bit old. Personally, I think he's losing it a bit.
It's possible. He has dementia.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I think he was losing it. But I would really like him to be shifted. But then I don't like to be nasty about the whole thing because sometimes he's a nice old fella and sometimes he's.
But he doesn't. He doesn't realise what he's doing because. As you were, you sound like a man, a worldly man. You also sound like you're a man who's really in charge of your faculties, and you sound very, very lucid to me. So you are recognising that Arthur is not behaving in a very lucid way to know that Well, you know where your bed is. You know whose bed your bed is.
Exactly.
You know where Arthur's bed is.
But he doesn't
But
seem
he
to
doesn't seem to
understand
know.
that.
So
No.
that tells me that there is a problem with forms of dementia. There's also the cognitive ability to be able to recognise what's right and what's wrong. And also too, it's taking away your sense of empowerment. And also too, it's a form of abuse.
I never thought of it that way, but
Yes.
I was just getting a little bit, shall I say, irritated because he's always seems to want to take over my possessions and he thinks it's his and it's not, you know, it's mine.
It's yours, yes.
Yes, and I
Yes.
haven't got that much left since my wife died. I couldn't look after myself really, so I ended up in here. My granddaughter's been very nice. Her name is Kiara.
Oh, that's
She's been
lovely.
very good to me.
Good.
But this is why I'm here today. She suggested I come and I thought, oh well, I might as well see if anything can be done about it because
Yeah, well, there is going to be something that we can do about it.
I
Jack.
just hope so
Yeah.
because the
Yes.
staff don't seem to worry. They seem to think it, oh, you know, you'll be right, Jack. And
Well, they have a duty of care to ensure that your safety and also that your security and also your comfort is provided for. You are a paid
Yes.
guest in
Yes.
that home,
yes,
right?
I do pay.
That's right, you're a paid guest and they have a duty of care and ethical responsibility to ensure that you are taken care of. And at the moment, they are failing in their obligations to you.
I never thought of it
Yes,
like
they
that.
are.
I just sort of, I've just sort of been pushed in here with a bed and a mate that takes my things.
Well, what we're going to do though, now
Yes.
first of all, what I would like to do,
Yes.
I believe you. I wholeheartedly believe what you're telling me. What I would like to do is, would you permit me to get in touch with Kiara, just to confirm your concerns, so that before I approach the home
I understand. Yes.
with the guidelines of legislation, to put things in place so that I know and Kiara knows that what has been put in place to implement your safety and your security and ensure that this home is following their obligations and their duty of care to you. So would you mind if I contacted Kiara? I also ask Kiara comes in here and we have a little chat and see what concerns Kiara has with regard that, so that we can back up. The more people we can back up with what your foundations are, the more ammunition and information we can go to the home with. How does that sound for you?
Well, I think it might be good because Kiara's the reason I'm here because this has been going on I've been here 3 years now. I guess Arthur moved in about 12 months or so ago, I think it would be.
It's been going on a while.
It's been going on for quite some time and fortunately, I've bit by bit, Kiara sort of got it out of me what's been happening because sometimes I've been a little bit unhappy and probably a little bit, I shouldn't say things that I have said perhaps, but it's been worrying me a lot.
Yes, it is.
And finally, Kiara was the only one that really listened to me.
She's listening to you.
Yes, she is. Some of the other families just thought, oh, you know, silly old devil, you know. But Kiara, she's been very good to me, and this is the reason why I'm here.
Well, that's
Maybe
good.
something can be done. I just hope so because it's just not right.
Well, what I do want to tell you, Jack, is that you're proving to me that you have very strong strength of character. The fact that you've been able to come and talk to me, because a lot of people, elderly people, have a tendency to sit back and say, oh, what can I do? You know, I have no rights anymore. Whereas you've really shown this enormous strength of character.
It's because of Kiara, really, because it's been going on, as I said, for some time, but every now and again I have a little bit of a whinge, I think.
We all need a whinge, Jack.
And Kiara's been the only one that's really listened to me.
Good.
And the others didn't seem to, you know, they sort of passed it over.
Yes.
But Kiara insisted, so this is why I'm here today, and it's thanks to her. I just hope you can do something about it because, you know, they're my possessions. I don't like anybody playing with my
I don't like
possessions.
anybody to. I
No.
wouldn't like somebody to come
But-
and walk into my home and then take over my home and say, oh this is
But-
mine.
But Arthur, he seems a nice chap sometimes. But sometimes
No,
he's
he-
not so very nice.
Well, I'm not being being more defensive towards Arthur. However, it's because Arthur has a mental disability, and it seems to me that he does have forms of dementia, and it's, you see, the agency or the home where you are is not only letting you down; they're letting Arthur down as well.
I guess they could be.
They are
you
letting
know,
Arthur down as well,
he
because
does-
Arthur, he needs to be in an area where he's going to have more support and more care, and not to be. They're actually the home seems to be expecting you to take care of Arthur.
Well, I'm in there to be taken care of, not for me
Exactly.
to be taking care of anybody else.
Exactly.
And I have difficulty looking after myself, but
No.
Arthur's a little bit of a problem.
Arthur, he does have. It sounds to me like that he needs to be reassessed. He needs to be removed from a situation, because he's cognitively does not have the ability to be able to discern that anymore, because you're
Well, he
dead.
seems all right at times,
Yes,
you know, but
that's
he
common.
does say very few funny things at times.
Mm.
Sometimes he thinks I'm somebody else, you know.
And that must be very confusing for you, Jack.
Well, it's starting to be, because at
Mm.
first I thought, oh yes, you know, it's just one of those things, but
Mm.
it's been going on for too long now.
Yes, and it shows your capacity to be able to be considerate and caring, but it comes to a point where your life is being